Hey, everybody. So I'm just gonna have a little sit-down chat. I got my Sammy Sosa hat on. I got my Dylan Fratelli glasses on. I got the fancy ones in the thing, but I got two pairs of glasses. One is like, these are for working out and riding the bike. They're very durable. The other ones look better, but I'm not gonna wear those now. We're sitting here in the beautiful Portland airport, right outside of the Stumptown Roasters here, which, when it's probably not even Stumptown employees, it's probably, airport employees that Stumptown just branded, and they're fucking got bought by Pete's Coffee and some German conglomerate, and they're not that good anymore anyway. But I just want to give out some thoughts on the trip as a whole. Yeah, man, Bandon Dunes is fucking amazing. I don't want to go home. I don't want to go back. It's just fucking, everyone there loves golf. Everyone there loves golf. And I just came away from it wishing that, like, every course that we play for most of America could just take some lessons from there. And, like, yeah, you're not going to have the great land or all that space, but, like, I just think that so many courses could do so much with, like, yeah, you don't have to water everything. And then, like, I also don't know anything about agronomy or whatever, but, like, watering stuff, man, I'm burnt. Look at that. Oh my God. That's a disaster. Like watering stuff less and having everything be really firm. And, like, I feel like you can make good contours on the green. You don't need the bold features that they have in the fairways, but, like, every place I feel like could do just a little work to make really interesting greens. And then, like, yeah, they had, like, the, what do you call it, the waist area or the rough, whatever they call the rough. It's like patchy stuff. I'm like, I don't know. Have stuff be like hard pan off the fairway and really patchy and unpredictable and, like, inconsistent. And that to me is so much better than, like, whatever. I'm basically just repeating everything that fucking Fried Egg says, which, yeah, he's smart, but he's also kind of an asshole sometimes. And, like, I agree with him on that. That is something I agree with him on. And that's, but, like, yeah, it was absolutely incredible. So now I'm going to reveal what some people already know, is some interesting opinions. So, the number one course out there is Old Mac. Like, just every hole presented both, like, some sort of strategic options and some sort of challenges. A lot of visual fuckery. I feel like that course had, like, the widest features and the grandest scale. And I was gonna say Bandon over Pack, and it's interesting. I played Bandon again yesterday, I think, and I think maybe playing it a second time actually made me like Pacific Dunes more, because I think I had all these things in my mind that Bandon was, that it necessarily wasn't, because that was the first course I played. So I think I'm going Pack over Bandon, and then probably Sheep over Trails, but also Trails, outside of just being inland, I felt was, like, the most unique. And it's hard to really visually, because you're doing this stuff all with your eyes, is, like, separate the fact that it's not on the water from everything else. But even that, the corridors did seem a little more narrow, and it was a little more, all right, let's find the fairway. I can't remember too many, like, fairway bunkers or centerline bunkers or anything like that. But I did have one of the biggest, like, oh my God moments, and that was on the par 3 on the back. Long par 3, like 200 yards from the Golds, which was 5,700 yards. There was this, like, mound on the right, and then the next tee was right there, and it went back up a hill, and I'm like, oh my God, this is Augusta. And I know that Corin Crenshaw, the guy, told me, like, to have a bit of Augusta in every course that they play. But yeah, for me, Old Mac was the best. The best features. I feel like the most internal contours. Just 3. I just can't keep thinking of the fairway on 3. The fairway on 3, the green on 7, the lead up to the green on, the green on 8, the lead up to the green on 7, the staggering bunker on 14, the decision making on 6, and then 16 is maybe the hole. That might be my favorite hole of all time. That might be my favorite hole of all time. Just, oh my God. Other thoughts on the trip. Caddies were amazing. Joe, shout out Joe. Shout out Joe, the name dropper. Shout out Joe, the philosophizer. Shout out Joe, the baseball man. Shout out Dylan, the hookup man. Shout out Dylan, the green reader. Shout out both of them. Yeah, and now here's for my most probably controversial take. I kept telling people that Bandon Dunes was a once-in-a-lifetime thing because it's so much money, it's so hard to get to, and it's so hard to even get on with the lottery system. And I still think it's once in a lifetime, but really I think it's once in a lifetime because Sand Valley is much closer, a little more affordable, and I think has better courses. Oh no, you can't say that. Oh, Mammoth is just you only like it because it's easy. No, I think that Mammoth and Sand Valley are better than all the courses at Bandon except for Old Mac. And the Lido is the Lido, and I haven't played such. Bandon has a better short course. I didn't play Preserve, but Shorties is the best short course I've ever played. But, and this is also me understanding that I really don't care about the ocean. I think the ocean is just a big lake. Other people like it. I agree that, hey, some people don't like chocolate. This is chocolate. I like real chocolate, but some people don't like chocolate. They forget about it. They like strawberry. It's fine by me. Don't make a difference. So don't say, oh, you're just trying to be different. No, the ocean is great, but it's just like, ain't gonna fly all the way out here, schlep all the way down from fucking Portland. I got a fucking red eye tonight. I ain't doing that for Sand Valley. And also, resort-wise, the food is so much better, so much more wide-ranging at Bandon. The stuff at Sand Valley, though, like the turn food was so cheap and so much better. But the Bandon choice of foods, that Japanese restaurant was, and the pub and everything was so good. So good. And also, I just that lodge that we had, the hotel room we had at Sand Valley, right on Sand Valley, was amazing. And I know that there is housing that's on 18 at Bandon, but I feel like a lot of the housing at Sand Valley is on the courses or overlooking the courses, and we just didn't get that. And that's more of a finding out what you can book. And of course, shout out to Eric, the great Eric, for setting this all up. Probably could not have done it without him. So I think it would have been cool to be on the course there, but also that was one house. And also Eric probably booked the best room for a reason that I'm ignorant of, and so shout out to him. So this is just my little recap of our trip to Bandon Dunes 2025. Amazing. Just so happy with just everything. It's going to be so hard to get back. I'm playing regular golf on Sunday, and man, it's going to be so different. Oh my God. I'm going to be being not trusting my putts because I'm going to think they're going to break 3 different ways like they do there, and blasting every chip over because it's not going to be as firm, and trying to play running shots when I could just play an easy little pitch, and thinking too much about the wind. I'm going to feel a little breeze. You'll be like, oh, 3 club wind. You can't feel the wind up there. So that's what happened today. God. Yeah, I should have got a caddy. But I did it on 18. On 18, I popped up my drive, but it was downwind, and then I clubbed down, and I clubbed down even though you're supposed to go long, and it goes back down, but I thinned it, and then I thinned it, and I was still right by the hole, and I still chipped on and then two-putted. No, I two-putted for, I just missed it for par, and I shot a 90. One shot away from breaking 90. But I had two birdies. And it doesn't matter what your score is, just matter that you had fun. Well, it kind of matters what your score is. Everyone says that I don't care about my score. You care about your score a little bit. Or at least how you played. Nate didn't keep score. He had a better time because he was good. He had a great time either way, but just a little bit better. Just a little bit. I like that I made a birdie. Kevin liked that he broke 90. Logan, liked that he made a bunch of birdies. He could have had more if he could putt. Fucking goddamn Corey Connors over here. Ball striking to craziness. Can't make a putt. But Logan's still the best golfer of all of us. I shouldn't talk shit. I will say, I made a controversial statement that I felt my chipping in short game was on par with Logan. And he was like, I don't know. And then he ball strikes it to greatness, and he can't putt. And it humbled him a little bit. But he's still the best at everything else. It's craziness. All right, that's the end of this recap. Peace out, everybody. I'll see y'all back in Chicago. Playing Sunday, 8:36. Playing 54. Shout out Logan playing 54 with me. I'm playing 54 that last Sunday in June. See you there.